We're back, DZ. We're live. EDL video week 2 recap. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, Nate. A lot of pep in your introduction there.
I'm excited. I like doing these videos. These are freaking sweet. Lot to talk about today. We got a recap last week, week 2. We got to talk about week 3, which some would say week 3 might be the most important week of the year. Doubleheader time. This can put you in a good start out the gates to the season. It can really set you back, cause some emotional damage. We'll get to that. We're gonna discuss the games. We're gonna recap last week. Got some other things to talk about. First, I just want to cover what's going on in the league right now. We have 4-0 teams. Good starts. We got Chris, Tito. Oh, hold on. I skipped over one. We got Chris, Edwards, Tito, and yourself, Dan, 4-0. Nice job, buddy.
2-0.
2-0, excuse me. 4 2-0 teams. We also have 4 0-2 teams yet to get a win. Casey, Matt, myself, and Jerome. Robbie's got, I almost said Robbie. I'm sorry for the disrespect, Robbie. Jerome. So that gives us 8 1-1 teams. Pretty, I would say, relatively even throughout the league. No one's really off to a hot start yet, or whatever. Anything can happen after week 3. Anything can happen. Week 2 also brought us our highest score of the week, or of the season, and our lowest score in the same matchup. Let me pull this up. Weekly results. Is that what No, hold on. Weekly summary.
No, you're obviously talking about you and Pete, right?
Yeah, here we go. Week 2. So we got Pete. Just showing you kind of something that you can go look at up here. Reports, standings, weekly summary. Brings this kind of page up here. But you see Pete dropped a 275.6, highest score of the year so far. Look that up, DZ. That's the 59th highest score ever in the EDL. Myself here, you see the underline 167.4. Also look that one up. There's been 190. I was dumbfounded. I'm like, this is going to be really low. There was 195 scores that have been lower than mine.
Wow.
So, it's a bad week, but it ain't that bad. There's actually been 3 teams to score under 100.
Well, you were talking about the tabs under reports. If they had a bloodbath tab, I'm sure that game would fall in under that tab, right?
Oh, there is. There's a place where you can look for differential. That'll be another week, but good job, Pete. Let's see what else. We got this total points going on. What else can we look at over here? Oh, we'll come back to this page. We'll come back because I got something else I want to talk about. Oh, I could have left it right there. Actually, let's scroll down. Let's talk about your trade, DZ. We had a trade this week. Our first trade in a while, and I thought it'd be cool to maybe just assess it, talk about it. You were involved. Snakes on a draft and Robbie. So we're looking at here. You gave up DeMarcus Robinson, a third next year, 2 2021 seconds, a 2022 first to Robbie for Jared Goff, Corey Davis, and a fourth in 2022. What was your mindset here? What were you trying to accomplish?
Just desperate. I mean, if you look at my quarterback play to start the season, it's disgusting. And the shitters went down. I mean, Big Ben's out for the year. Eli got replaced. Sam Darnold's got mono. So I had to make a move here. I've been trying to make a move with Jerome, trying to get A-Rod. I've talked to Matt Weiss a few times about some of his quarterbacks, but at the end of the day, I sent Robbie an offer, and he accepted it, got it done quick.
That's exactly, man, I had all these things pulled up, and now I'm trying to find
and you know me. I do not like to pay for quarterbacks, but I really had no choice here. Jerome was charging arm and a leg for A-Rod. So, I mean, I just had to go out and make this deal happen.
And to talk about, and basically your trade, pulling up this page, it's called the Starter Points page, DZ. And it shows a breakdown of all the teams, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, shows how many points, their percent. But if you look at yours and what you're talking about, the quarterbacks, through 2 weeks, do you know how many fantasy points you've gotten?
12.9.
12.9 in 2 weeks from your starters, which is the lowest of everything. But you can go, everyone, you can go look at these scores, look at your starter points, look at comparative to everybody else, what you've been getting, where you need help at. Also, they got a nice little bar chart. This little small thing right here is DZ. This big blue one here, that's called Patrick Mahomes. But those are there to look at. Another thing that got brought up in the chat this week, you actually mentioned it. I wanted to go look at it real quick and pull it up. Is the power rankings. Got a couple weeks in the book. We're starting to see some power rankings take form. You're sitting top dog. How you feel? How you feel up there, DZ?
Well, I mean, I feel great especially when you think about my quarterbacks have given me absolutely fucking nothing in the first 2 weeks. I feel great. But yeah, hey, long season here. So we'll see what happens. I like my team, but there's a lot of good teams in this league.
The way it's shaking out right here, just looking at the power rankings, you got a few right there at the top. You got yourself right here, 30. Tito right behind you, and then Chris Birdman Anderson, all right there at 30, looking good. You got a little drop off, but another chunk here of 3 teams around the 26, 25, maybe Robbie. Then you see some drop off here to the 20 range. And then Jerome down at 12. You're gonna have to do something up there to help that out. How do you feel about that? You think that's clear? You're sitting there with Tito and Chris Anderson right behind you. Did you think that was gonna?
Well, I mean, you gotta look at the record. I mean, Pete had a bad week 1. We know these are they're not quite accurate, Nate. Let's get through. I mean, doubleheader week will tell us a lot. Maybe next week we can look at this, the power rankings, and really get a good idea of what the good teams are and the shitter teams.
They do have an alternate power ranking here. Kind of does some, but I agree with you. I am gonna do a little bit of nonsense talk. I forgot. I wanted to show everyone this page here, but I don't even remember why I wanted it. Was it weekly results? I guess it doesn't matter. Weekly summary. Oh, here we go. Just for funsies, I'm going to go down here. Under weekly summary, you can look at your total points. You can look at your potential points for over the weeks, what they had. Offensive points, if you just want to look at who had the top offense right now. DZ, you're sitting atop the league. Your offense has put up 388 points. That's pretty damn good. Top defense in the league. Looking over here, Birdman, Chris Anderson has the most defensive points both week 1 and week 2. He's had some production on that side of the ball, which is probably why he's 2-0 to start out the year. I forgot where I was going to put that in at to look at, but I just want to do that extra little bit. Some other house cleaning stuff. All your e-bucks have been updated. All the adjustments that have been made have been done for today, for last week. All players' salaries, if you've been looking at their salaries, have been reset to 0, and your e-bucks reflect that. None of that really matters, but if Cam was here, I would have to say this. Confidence and Survivor has been charged. Those e-bucks have finally been taken out, so everyone that did those or whatnot. Penalties need to be updated, and then everyone's contracts and stuff that's on my to-do list, probably done tonight or tomorrow. But that will be done. Get your Survivor picks done. Get your confidence picks done. Everyone did good on Survivor last week. A lot of people with New England. No one got knocked out. We have 2 people that still left to do it. Your confidence picks. You can look at the detailed results here. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. And you can actually scroll down and see what people picked. I did the best last week in points and in picks. I only got 3 games wrong. A lot of people got a lot of over here, picked the same teams, got a lot of good points there. Do your confidence picks, do your Survivor stuff. DZ, we got to recap last week. We got a lot of games to get into. I like to give me some respect. Who's earned your respect from week 2 or just so far in this season? Do you want to do that now, or do you want to recap and then come back after the recap to who earned your respect?
I mean, obviously Birdman's been there for me, but I mean, I'm gonna give mine to Robbie. Coming out here, this guy's pumped, man. He loves football. He wants that football, and he beat Powerhouse, man. He beat Seward. I know he had a little bit of luck with McCaffrey and Kamara fucking dying this weekend, but hey, he put up 218. That's respectable. He got the win. I'm proud of him, man.
Yeah, actually, Robbie was mine too. That's a good one, right? I mean, Robbie
Absolutely.
coming out, getting a dub against Seward. Seward is starting a little slow too. Maybe he wants to look at those starter points and see where he's lacking. But Robbie getting the win there. That was, hey, give me some respect, Robbie. You earned the respect after week 2. Let's recap last week's games. We're gonna start. My top one is you and Casey.
All right.
222.9 for Casey. 239.3. Casey had a better efficiency than you. But I mean, you put up a good score. 240 got it done. How'd you feel about your day?
It was a little bit stressful. I thought I had it. I actually stopped watching the scoreboard for the 1:00 games. I really thought he had me, honestly. Like, I wasn't feeling good. I come back right before the Sunday night game, and I believe I had a nice lead. So yeah, good win. Casey put up a good week, but I got to win.
Yep, you got a lot of good scores, man. Look at all this crap, these double digits, 20s, whatever. You did get a 0, OJ Howard. A little scary situation there. Nick Bosa, again, your quarterback, but you seem to at least have attempted to address that, seen Big Ben go down. Looking at Casey's side, 222, solid score, Casey. 0-2. I mean, it's hard going. I was there last week putting up those 220s and lost. It happens, but we'll see. He's got Frank go on the bench. Maybe he makes a little change, but good win. I don't think. Oh, we got to do a Dirts.
Yeah, we got to get to the pay dirts and
Pay
the
Dirt
Joe
and Joe
Dirts.
Dirt. That's right. I almost forgot. Give me what you got for. Let me go your squad. What was your Joe Dirt? You have 3 to choose from.
My Joe Dirt, I think that's pretty obvious. OJ Howard, man, he's breaking my heart right now. Arian says the balls will come, but please throw OJ the ball.
Who is your Pay Dirt?
Calvin Ridley, man. Like I said, I was stressing this matchup with Casey going into Sunday night game, and I'm just like, I got to get some out of Ridley. He can't put up a goose on me or anything like that. And he balled out, and not only did he ball out, he balled out at the same time Julio balled out, and that gives me hope going, into the rest of the season here.
8 for 105 and a touch. Let's look at Casey's team. Give me his Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt was Josh Gordon. I mean, it's kind of alarming. I know Antonio Brown didn't play a ton of snaps. I didn't look that up. Sorry, chat. But 3.9 for Josh Gordon with Antonio in the lineup against a really bad Miami Dolphins offense. That's really not encouraging in my book.
Give me your Pay Dirt.
Nelson Aguilar. I mean, like I said, as far as Calvin coming out and balling, Nelson matched Calvin and really should have surpassed him. Dropped a 60-yard touchdown late in that game. Like, it would have been a touchdown. And I don't know if you saw it, but it went right through his hands, and he's gone if he catches it. But he balled out. I mean, Deshaun got hurt. Alshon got hurt. He came in 24.7 points. I think that was huge for Casey, even though in the end he came up short.
Almost identical game to Ridley, those two. All right, let's move on to our next game. We got Edwards and another pretty close matchup. This one came down to just 7 points, 8 points. Edwards 201, Matt 193. Both of them sitting around about 80% efficiency. Potential points nearly identical here. Edwards gets the win. Give me your assessment on Edwards' team.
I mean,
today or last week. He's another quarterback. He's got quarterback issues too. There's a few teams that have quarterback issues, really.
Yeah. I think the scoring's down. I've done some research going off of the first 2 weeks of last year to this year. Scoring's down, mate. So, I mean, I think the quarterback play has contributed to this so far in this season.
Yeah. What do you think about Edwards' team?
I mean, he's a luck box, bro. I mean, he's up 30 points going into Thursday Night Football in a 5v1 situation. I don't care. I mean, there was one defensive end in that mix, but Matt's got Devontae Freeman. He's got Mohamed Sanu. I mean, he's got guys that can play. I mean, Edwards still had Le'Veon Bell to go on Monday night, which he balled out, which is his pay dirt for the week. But I mean, literally 5v1, Nate, with 30 points down. I think Matt should have pulled this out and just didn't get it done.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell, kind of scary. I mean, I don't think the Jets are going to score a lot, but if he's catching 10 freaking balls a game, it doesn't matter. Le'Veon Bell with a nice pay dirt call coming up big on Monday night. Did you say it's Joe Dirt?
Edwards' Joe Dirt was, and it's funny, DeAndre Hopkins. And like all this talk about Jalen Ramsey, this guy is legit. I mean, he absolutely shut him down. 5 catches, 40 yards, only 9 points after a week against Marshawn Lattimore, where he dropped 32 points. So bad week for D Hop in this one.
All right,
Probably hoping he does get traded.
let's talk
Get him
about
out of here.
Matt's team. Monday night was the Jets and the Browns. Who old Matt have go?
So,
Adams.
He had Jamal Adams, Joe Schobert, and then Leonard Williams. Yes.
Give me your thoughts on Matt's week. He should have got it done, like you said.
Manuel Sanders, which is just pay dirt, played well. And then the guy you traded him, Mohamed Sanu, let him down. I mean, look at this right here, Nate. This is crazy right here. Julio Jones had 54 snaps. Okay. Calvin Ridley had 42 snaps. Guess how many snaps Mohamed Sanu had?
How many?
55. He had more snaps than anybody on that receiving crew. Didn't get it done. 5.6. That's no good. He's a cheerleader, bro. He gets to clap and dance around when Julio and Calvin Ridley get in the end zone.
He's getting snaps, which you like for your fifth starter if you have to take a flyer.
So good job, Matt. Good job, Matt, securing that cheerleader.
Yeah, good week. Good win, Edwards. A close one there. Could have gone either way. Let's move on. We got this was the game of the week last week that we stuck with. Russell and Flo, Chris Anderson getting the dub over Rupp here. It was only like a 10-point spread, and if I remember right, Rupp was the favorite. But Anderson winning by 40 with another solid efficiency rating of 86.7. Give me some assessments. Give me your pay dirt. Let me hear your pay dirt for Anderson, who just let it off.
Well, you talked about him having the number one defense, and then if you remember last week, his pay dirt was Sam Hubbard. I had like 25 points, 2 sacks, whatever. Well, now I'm giving it to his other defensive end who had 20.5 for him this week, also against the Seahawks. Sad to hear. But, I mean, he's getting it done on defense. Man, I had 6 points combined for my defensive ends this week. So I'm very envious of this guy's rotation there at that spot.
Tuitt or whatever?
Yes, Stephon Tuitt.
Stephon Tuitt for the Steelers. And good score. Again, 235. You got to like anywhere above the 220s. I think you feel relatively good with. Give me his Joe Dirt.
His Joe Dirt, this one's interesting, Nate, because you look at D.D. Westbrook, you look at 1.3 points. I guess he got a tackle, in this one.
Shut up.
But
oh, it didn't give it to him.
But I think the biggest point of this right here is
my bad.
We all make trades that we regret. I've been kind of, tooting, Chris Anderson's work that he's done. But this is one trade that he probably regrets if you look back on it. He traded Tyler Boyd and like a second-round pick to Casey for D.D. Westbrook, and then he got a first. So he pretty much got a first upgrade, and the first was actually Pete's first. So not much of an upgrade here. I think he regrets that in hindsight now. I think D.D. Westbrook still has a nice year, but it's tough when you look. Even if Foles is in there, who knows how good of a season Westbrook's going to have.
You look at his other team. Russ had a good week. You got to think David Montgomery 17.4 after the first week. He's got to like that. Kenny Golladay, solid game from him.
I miss that guy.
And then his defense. There's more than one defensive person you could have gone with. They did well. Let's look at Rupp's team over here. Started the wrong quarterback again. Weren't we keeping track of that? He could have gone.
Oh, we did.
Worse. It could have been worse, but Dak was the better start. He's gone against Dak twice. His Cowboys.
Man, hang on 1 second, man. I fucking took my shit down on accident. God damn it.
Rupp had a 0 ball in there. He doesn't have much on his bench right now. A couple defensive players. No one really he had no 20-point score. How do you have no 20-point score and still put up in 194? That's not bad.
Why is it doing this? Sorry, Nate. I'm having technical difficulties.
I'm gonna guess Devontae Parker was your dud. Your dirty dirt. Dirt McGirt.
No.
He had a 0 ball.
I guess I can give you that information right. Did he really have a 0 ball?
Yeah, 0 ball, nothing.
Oh no, I did have Devontae Parker. This guy's been holding on to him, waiting for something good. When's it gonna happen, Rupp? When is it gonna happen? We want to know. Send us an email to the show.
And then Danielle Hunter, is that your pay dirt? I'm thinking.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes. Yes, it is.
What are you looking up? I'm ready to move on.
You can move on all you want. I'm trying to get my shit. I fucked up my.
Anderson,
just move on.
Anderson, good week. You were in the game of the week. You went. You got it done against Rupp, who was a 1-0 team at the time. And yeah, I mean, you got to feel good about your team. Some of your young guys coming up. And moving on to our next game. God, we can skip through this one stupid fast. Myself and Pete, we brought this one up already. I had the lowest points of the year. He had the highest points of the year. And I guess in a roundabout way, if I'm going to throw away a week, why not it be against, one of the better scores I'm going to see? So
yeah, I mean, that's the
tough L.
Way to look at things. Way to look at things there.
Tough L. It sucks being this far in the season. I'm still trying to fucking figure out my starting 19. I got 0 balls, 3 of them. Left some points on the bench down on defense. I don't know. Give me duds. You had a few to pick from.
Do you want your duds?
Yeah. Start off bad. Give me the bad news first.
Well, I got two dirts for you. Joe Dirts here for you.
Why do I get 2?
Dude, just come on, man. So when you're the 190th lowest scoring team ever in a week, I got to throw 2 of them on there. Anyways, Danny Amendola, he kind of bamboozles you.
How do you go from 10 targets week 1 to fucking 0?
That was
week 2.
Dude, that literally was a dog shit game. Like, the only one that had fun watching that was Tito. Just fucking eyes peeled, like fucking leaning over on that fucking coffee table watching that junk, dude. But no, anyways, Amendola pulled one over on you. And then, dude, this guy's got to go, bro. This guy is the worst fucking receiver I've ever seen right now in the league right now. Dante Moncrief, bro. Don't get him out of here,
Should
bro.
I just cut him?
Send a message, bro. And then I would screenshot it and then tweet it to him.
We have 40-man rosters, Dante.
Yeah, 48.
Yeah, you're not in there. Ryan Switzer's owned. You're not. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
That'll piss him off.
All right, I have
fucking white boy.
Did you like John Ross? Did John Ross start?
I went girly, man. I mean, you've heard the talk. We've heard Jerome talk plenty. And I mean, this is definitely not the worst case scenario that he painted for us in the chat all fucking summer. So I think you got to be a little bit thrilled with what's going on there. Obviously, we know the Jenga block that you pull out next could just make it all come tumbling down. But right now, it's looking okay.
Yeah, we're doing Jenga's playing nice. What do you think about Pete's team? Did he have any duds?
He did have a dud. He got kind of a little bamboozled the same way you did, just not as bad. TJ Hawkinson put up a $1.07 for him here, and that after his good rookie game. Hey, look, the kid's gonna have a huge future, great future. So this is no big deal for Pete. I mean, whatevs. 1.7. It's hard to find him on such a loaded team, but that's his Joe Dirt of the week.
Who's pay dirt? Who are we paying?
Odell, man. I mean, Odell.
His catch was sick.
Dude, yeah. I mean, you don't have to like his antics, which, they are tiresome. But that, he called out Greg Williams. Greg Williams pulled the Odell which I don't even know why the fuck these idiots laughed at that. Like, we all know who the fuck Odell is, you dumb fuck. And he made him pay for it, bro. 28.1, dude. Even when Baker's kind of erratic, he still made him pay.
Yep. Good shit, Pete. Good week. All right, moving on to our last. Oh, I'm going. Nope, we got 2 more.
Yeah,
going too far. We got Jerome, weekend at Gurley's, up against Tito. Jerome with the 90% on the efficiency, but his potential points were only 191.
Oh.
That's hard.
Was that the lowest ever? Can we look that up?
It's not.
I think my bench scored 191. No, I'm just kidding.
Anyways, Tito coming out to a nice start of the season, 2-0. Give me some quick thoughts on Jerome and Tito's matchup.
Well, with Jerome, I mean, you need your star player to show up, and so far he hasn't. Joe Mixon, 7.9. Man, honestly, he probably shouldn't even play in this game. Had a bum ankle. They got blown out early. I'm sure he sat the second half of this game, to be honest with you. But that's his Joe Dirt in this one. He had a couple guys. He got Alshon, who had a good week last week. Got hurt early in that game. But, a guy I'm kind of shocked isn't balling out. Jared Cook, I really thought, like, he would do some work. I know Breeze got hurt in that game, but even in the first game, really didn't show us anything. Nothing exciting on his team. But for his pay dirt, he only had 14.5 points. It might be the lowest pay dirt of the year right here, but 14.5 points. But, dude, Curtis Samuel actually looked really good on Thursday Night Football, was getting open, separating big time. Cam Newton failed this kid over and over. So, I mean, this kid's got potential. And I actually heard, I think Jerome told me that Cam Newton's questionable for this weekend. So we might see the rookie get in there. Maybe the rookie can get the ball out there in front of him, and he can run and score him some fantasy points.
That's what I heard, too. I think we are going to see that. Tito's team, we got 40 points from a freaking Patrick Mahomes. That helps a lot because he's got a lot of low scores. He got a lot of sub-10 scores, but still puts up 212. Your pay dirt's got to be Patrick Mahomes, right?
It's actually not Patrick Mahomes because, I mean, I give it to Patrick Mahomes.
All right.
Hey, Nate, I can give this award to Patrick Mahomes every day of the week. I think we could just name it the Mahomes Award, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give it to Mark Andrews. He put in a guy named Hunter Henry last week, who now is gone again with the red cross next to his name, and all of a sudden he had a guy just sitting there named Mark Andrews who's killing it. He's got 8 catches, over 100 yards, and a touchdown first 2 games. Nate, I don't care what defense he's playing. I don't care. I don't care if it's Tulsa Tech. That's nice. That's nice. Mark Andrews is his pay dirt player of the game.
What's his Joe Dirt?
Oh, well, you talked about it a little bit. His wide receiver crew. His wide receiver crew average combined.
To the whole crew?
The whole crew. Michael Gallup, which I think he got hurt. Michael Gallup, Ted Ginn dropped a 0 bomb. Landry, Allen Robinson, who had to deal with Chris Harris, and Kenny Stills. They averaged 6.6 points, Nate. That's not going to get it done, Tito, even though when you have Patrick Mahomes, it makes it a little easier.
Agreed. Last game of the week, we got Robbie with the big win, 218 over only 185 for Seward here. Again, we kind of mentioned a little bit Kamara and McCaffrey combining for 20 points. That doesn't happen often. Also, maybe some quarterback problems here on this team. What do you think here? Seward.
Yeah, I mean,
we're starting with Seward.
That's a super bad break for him. He's not getting the quarterback play as well. Remember, we talked about people have been struggling with the quarterbacks. So he's not getting the quarterback play. Aaron Jones is his pay dirt for the week. Broke out after just getting obliterated on the opening game of the season against the Bears. No one liked him. He had no friends, Nate.
No friends.
No, he's just sitting under the apple tree, just reading a book by himself. And all of a sudden, he's got friends now. And with Seward here, I mean, hey, his Joe Dirts are – you talked about it already. When you only get 20 points from C-Mac and Alvin Kamara, it's going to be a bad week, man. It's going to be a bad week, and that's what he saw this week, and he took the L to Robbie here.
Seward, quarterback problems. We remember what he did in the first round of the EDL draft, right?
We do. When's that coming? When does he get the call?
When does Kyler Murray get the starting call? See if he can get it done. The Rook. Seward, get him in there. I want to see Kyler Murray get the start. All right, let's go to Robbie's team. Giving Lamar Jackson the start. There's a guy that's learned after 1 week. You got to get Lamar Jackson in the lineup right now. Actually, to be honest with you, real life, through 2 weeks, real life NFL, Lamar Jackson for MVP. Why not?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Lamar Jackson's killing it. Jesus, look at these numbers. 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. almost 600 yards. He's on fire.
Had a 100-yard rushing
Oh
game
my
this
God,
weekend.
120 yards rushing.
Yeah. Almost all of it this weekend. Yeah, just amazing.
And then he's got the Chiefs this weekend. That'll be fun. All right, Robbie's team. Give me. Is that your pay dirt?
Nah,
No. Too
no.
easy.
Yeah, it's too easy. Well, I just the only reason why I gave him, I want to do Myles Garrett on this one because this guy is looking like a legit stud so far this season with this team. And maybe Robbie is going to start a trend here. Myles Garrett was like one of the first defensive players we saw taken in the middle of the second round in EDL drafts. This year, you took Devin White. I think Chris Jerome, and the back end of the second took Devin Bush. We might start seeing some defensive players getting pushed up the board. Maybe not this next year with such a loaded class, but eventually we're going to start seeing these top defensive players maybe going in the middle of the second, maybe even the early if they look if they're a DN and they look really, really good. So, I mean, great pickup by Robbie on this one, 26.40. I think he had like 18 last week. Great start to the season for Myles Garrett.
Yeah, he's got 5 sacks, 7 quarterback hits in 2 weeks. Freaking monster. All right, who is this Joe Dirt?
D-Jax and the Joku let them down. Not their faults. They got hurt, but it's still, it's glaring on your starting lineup when you see 2 guys go down with injuries.
Good week 2. We got week 3 to look at. Holy moly, we got previews.
This is crazy. I don't even know what to do here. Pete's going to win both his games. I know that. That's all I know.
In the midst of all this, we're looking for game of the week. We got to pick a game of the week here. So as we're going through the matchups, one thing I wanted to note, we have 4, like I said earlier, 4 2-0 teams. None of those teams face each other. So there's a potential chance that after this week, we could have 4 4-0 teams. Kind of crazy there. So
wow.
There can be some position.
Who's playing Tito?
I got Tito.
Mate, come on, man. And Rub.
All right, let's should we just get after it and go down the list here?
Shoot.
I believe the way it's going to come, the first 6 matchups, we won't get them back to back. It'll be like 6 and 6, whatever. We're flying right now. We're going to start with Jerome and Robbie. I'm going to go ahead and say this is not game of the week.
Absolutely not.
As of right now, we got Robbie favored, 175, 193. I'm riding Lamar. Give me all of Lamar. I don't think Jerome gets a W here. I may have gone differently a week or 2 ago, but give me Lamar.
I'm trying to see Provis and Jerome's team. I don't. Robbie's got this one.
I definitely like Robbie here too. We're gonna move on to yours and mine matchup. Hey, you know what we should do here? We should
bet the spread. Because I can cover that 27 points, no problem.
We should deem cupcake matchups, or like, did you get a cupcake week 3 or a buzzsaw week 3, or how this goes down for certain people?
Wait a minute. Okay. You
maybe at the end. Maybe
show me the way. Show me the way.
Maybe at the end we can recap. We can talk about all that kind of stuff. We got yourself and mine. There must be a glitch in the points here because I'm definitely outperforming that. This isn't my lineup, DZ. I'll tell you what. I have 2 top 4 wide receivers, and I only got one game to show for it from John Ross. But Hollywood, you're gonna have to see Hollywood this weekend. He's getting the call. I'm still deciding on his contract. We're hammering out details, but you better believe you're not seeing no Moncrief. You're seeing Hollywood.
Jeez. I don't get a gift like everybody else?
Nope. How confident are you? Scale from 1 to 10. 4? 3?
Whoa. What's the high end here? Like 10 being most confident?
Yeah, you're like a 3.2 at most.
Oh, man. Like a 9.999. How many nines? 9. 9.999.
We're moving forward. That's a split decision.
All right.
Tito and Rupp.
Whoa, for the record, are you picking yourself?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You always pick yourself?
No, I'm going to win.
Fucking shit.
I'm putting down a score this week. I looked at my matchups. I like my matchups.
How much did you smoke outside right now?
Jesus Christ. Dude, you've been hot 2 weeks in a row. I've never seen you be hot 3 weeks in a row.
This guy got some eye drops. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes, chat. They ain't red at all.
Dude, seeing you at 2-0 is like some fucking 1990s nostalgia going on here. I'm like, what year is it? DZ's fucking winning? It ain't lasting.
I'm always a winner.
It ain't lasting.
I'm always a winner.
All right, let's move on. We got Tito and Rupp here. You just mentioned that one a second ago. Tito's favored by about 20. We liking that spread here? We betting the spread?
Is David Johnson okay?
Fuck, I don't know.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Come on.
Patrick Mahomes.
Come on, Rob. Nut up, man. Stop putting your fucking boy toy Devontae Parker in the game.
Yeah, you got to get Devontae Parker out of there, Rupp. Figure something out. Get somebody else in there. I think Mahomes. I'm actually going Rupp here. I'm going to go Rupp here. I've been disrespecting a lot of Rupp here in this past couple weeks, but I think the Ravens slow down to an extent Patrick Mahomes. Rupp gets the win.
Well, I've been disrespecting Tito, so I'm going to stick to it. I'm not a quitter like you. And I got Rupp.
Was this preview of the week? This was the potential game of the week it started out with. Tito's 2-0, Rupp's 1-1. We're going to go ahead and say this is our leader as of right now for game of the week. Tito and Rupp. Mine and yours, that's too easy for me. All right, next game. Did you go? You went Tito? I went Rupp.
I went Rupp.
All right, I'm going Rupp too. We got next game we got Matt and Pete.
Pete, move on.
Matt, I had to go through the wrath last week. He's favored by 50. He's probably going to win by 60. It happens. You got to move on. Next game we got KC. Favored here by 30 over 2-0. KC 0-2. Favored by 30 against 2-0. Birdman, Russell, and Flo. Does Casey get his first win here?
Nah. Birdman. I got Birdman. Till further notice, I got Birdman.
Man, I might have to look at the matchups here.
I mean,
going to.
What's it going to help? I mean, his one DN's going to pop off. Fucking linebacker's going to go nuts. And his 3 rookie running backs will get it done even though they have shit stats.
Right. All of his defensive players are 9 at best, 7, 9. No, he's going to have some 20s in there. I'm still going to go Casey. No, this is tough. I'm gonna go Chris. This is gonna be a good one here. I like this for game of the week so far. No, he's 0-2. You gotta earn some stripes. I'm going Anderson here.
What did Casey put up?
He's put up like 220 the past 2 weeks, somewhere in there. Or I know week 1 he didn't start Tom Brady. He put up 220 last week.
Yeah, he only dropped 187. I'll just say if he put up 220 both weeks, we could put him there. I don't give no fuck about no 0-2 when you're dropping 220.
That's fair.
Right. But, yeah, he didn't do that.
Next matchup, we got Edwards and Chris Seward.
Woo! Well, wait a minute. Who owns who in this one? I think someone owns someone like big time. Should we look that up?
It's got Edwards as an 8-5 record.
Oh, I thought he owned him harder than that. Did he lose twice to him last year or something? Okay. Well, okay, so here's the deal. And this is how I feel because I'm going against Chris as well. Chris is obviously not going to get that dog shit performance from Kamara. And I think McCaffrey's going against the Cardinals. So, yeah, Chris is going to get this one. And he might get me too. I mean, I think it's going to be an eruption from Seward this week.
I like Chris as well. Pretty much on the same points as the Kamara McCaffrey. You don't get those. You don't get that 2 weeks in a row. I got Chris here. Edwards starting Trubisky. You got no Cam Newton. He's pretty much strapped to Trubisky. That's a tough spot to be in.
If he had any balls, he would go Minshew. Any balls. Any fucking nuts, dude.
Do it. Next matchup. Oh, we've already gone through 6, so we're starting the second half. Your next matchup, you got a tough. You got a buzzsaw. Seward, myself and Seward are your 2 matchups. How do you feel against you just mentioned it. You think Seward's going to get you? You're
I,
projected by 4.
yeah, I see that. It's going to be close, bro. I mean, obviously, Dalvin's going to put up a bad performance eventually, right? Who are they playing? The Raiders? I don't see it this week. Damian Williams is hurt. Not that fucking matters.
I need Seward. I like the sound of Seward beating you because you're 2-0. I need you to come down out of that division. Give me that division back. So I like Seward.
All right.
I'm going Seward too.
We're going to put it this way. If Fournette scores more than 17 points tomorrow night,
which he hasn't done all year,
I win. If he doesn't, I will lose to Seward.
We're going with history that Fournette has yet to do those numbers. So Seward, you're getting dubbed. Next matchup, we got Robbie, and what is Seward? That's a good game of the week. You and Seward?
Sure.
I like it. I'm gonna go back to it. I like it. That one's the year. It's only a 4-point. That one's in the lead. That one's only a 4-point difference. Seward's a good team. You're top of the pyramid. You ever been at the top of the pyramid, or you're usually at the bottom? No, I don't know, but it's a wobbly pyramid right now. That's all I gotta say. We got Robbie and Casey on our next matchup. Casey's favored by 35, 37.
What's this? What's he got going on? Is it because Aguilar is going to get more playing time? That might hurt, actually. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I might go Casey here because it's addition by subtraction for Casey. I mean, he's going to add Aguilar as like a main threat, and then Djax. If Djax don't play, I mean that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt Robbie's options. And so, it looks like Casey, he might pull one out here. We'll see. If Derrick Henry scores more than 16.6. No, just kidding. Yeah, I go Casey on this one.
Derrick Henry's balling to start the year. I didn't even realize that. I'm looking at his numbers right now. 53
What has he done?
32.7 in week 1 and 20.3 in week 2.
He's trash.
53 in 2 weeks. I like that. Deshaun Jackson, Nelson Aguilar point. I think Casey's caught some bad luck. He's 0-2, but I think he's caught some bad luck. I got Casey winning this one. Next one, we got Russell and Flo and Matt here. Matt's actually favored in this one here. Chris Anderson. I gotta stick with the 2-0. Just gotta stick with the 2-0.
You just gave me that Skip Bayless face. Like, what? How is Matt favored?
He is.
On what world, what planet is Matt favored? They just don't know, man. The defensive projections are trash. Mm-hmm. Anderson's going to pull this one out easy. Welcome to 0-4, Matt.
We'll see. I got it.
Make it join you there.
No, not happening. All right, we got Rupp and Edwards. This could be a pretty good matchup. 1-1 Rupp, 2-0 Edwards. The spread doesn't say so. Only 191 for Rupp here. Still got Adrian Phillips in his lineup. I believe he broke his arm last week. Probably want to change that.
See, now this is funny. Adrian Phillips who?
Who?
Yeah. Like that, like Odell who is not funny, but Adrian Phillips who? Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know.
All right. I'm sure you'll get him out of the lineup.
Anyways, Edwards.
Is he a safety?
Huh? Yeah, safety.
Okay. Maybe you could put Devontae Parker
there. We liking Edwards here, or are we thinking Rupp's gonna get a win here?
Well, I called for a big game from Rupp earlier, and so I got Rupp in this one. Edwards is going to go down. I want to be the only undefeated team, Nate. Okay?
That's fair. I think I'm going to go Edwards
the player.
First matchup. I like the spread. I'm betting the favorite. But it could be closer. I do agree that I think this is going to be closer than the points do say. We got our next game. Myself.
We're not done yet? Fuck.
We got 2 more. Myself and Tito.
Ooh. Well, Tito.
I'm going me. Patrick Mahomes again slowing down. Same rule, same. It's pretty close. Tito's favored by about 15. I'm getting that one done. Let's wrap it up here. We got Jerome and Pete. Is this going to be
Look at that
bigger?
spread.
Is this
Dude,
going to
look
be a
at that
bigger
spread.
75? More than 79?
I got 80. I got 80 on mine. Hey, and that's not even going to do it justice right there.
All right, I got Pete.
Yeah, easy.
Who did we get with Game of the Week? It was you and Seward?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. That was good. That was a long one, but doubleheader week. One of the most fun weeks of the year. We'll have a lot of changes after, whatever happens. We'll figure out the standings after this week. We could have a lot of shakeup, a lot of different outlook going forward. Anything you want to add? Anything good? We're all good here?
I did want to talk about the Jerome thing on Sunday morning, but we can get to that. We can do that next show, maybe. Maybe just talk about it in the chat. The etiquette thing. Remember we talked about?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was throwing shade at Tito Sunday morning because I've been kind of messing with him about starting Adrian Peterson. So I had commented in the chat about, hey, Tito, you going to start any inactives today? Just joking around. And Jerome took he didn't really like the comments, Nate. I was kind of curious what your thoughts are. I'm kind of curious what everybody in the chat's comments are. He said it was an unwritten rule. I don't know if is it etiqueteful or unetiqueteful to what I did, basically.
I don't feel it was unethical. There's definitely a line there. I feel like did the chat make it okay? I think if you texted Tito behind closed doors, it was like, yo, make sure you get someone in your lineup. I need you to be Jerome or something like that. That could have rubbed a little differently, right? Maybe.
Absolutely.
It felt playful, DZ. It felt playful to me.
Yes, exactly. And like I told Chris in the chat, I think if I would have said, hey, Jerome, I said, hey, Tito, you have Hunter Henry starting. You might want to take him out. That would have been different, But obviously, it was a play on words. I don't think there's a lot different from me saying what I said and then Jerome all summer burying the value of Todd Gurley, which you even brought up in the chat. So I don't know. Is that an unwritten rule? Can we not shit on someone else's player all summer so people don't want to trade for him? That's the question I would like the chat to maybe ask themselves, maybe respond in there. Maybe we get a conversation going.
I like that. Let's get a conversation going on. Oh, are we on longs for free? Are we FCF? Hey, FCFS. FCFS is up, liven up. Talk about it on the chat, maybe. If there's something, we can figure out a line. We can find everybody E-Bucks, whatever.
Ooh, I wasn't talking all that.
We're bringing the hammer down, DZ. All right, good work. Week 3 doubleheaders. We'll see you next week. EDL videos, the realest fantasy dynasty league ever out there. Thanks for watching, y'all.